I just got an email here from some guy in Nigeria, and he wants me to accept the $30 million for him.
Ooh.
And then I get to keep a percentage of it as long as I, give him my bank account number. Wow.
Dude,
this sounds like a great deal. And I probably shouldn't be telling you because it says keep it confidential. I am Abraham Abaka, son of the late Nigerian head of state. Oh, died a few years ago. He came into a lot of money, and this guy's afraid the government might take it.
Uh-oh.
So he wants me to take it, and if I give him my bank account number, he'll transfer the funds into my account. And then I'll be able, when he gets here safely with his family, I'll give him like $20 million, and I get to keep $10 million of it. I'm in, dude. Dude, please don't get anyone else to do this because I want to do it.
But why would he pick you instead of just someone he knows?
Let me see. I got your contacts in the internet.
In the internet?
He probably meant, on the internet,
right.
But a little typo. So, and I was moved to write you this letter. This was in confidence, considering my family present circumstantial situations. See, a little typo maybe. And
who wrote you that
Africa.
email? Who wrote you that sex bagel?
There you go. The government, Nigeria, the funds of my late father deposited in a Swiss bank.
Ooh.
And made me the next of kin because my elder brother died before my late father, which makes me the most eldest of the entire family.
My question is,
I have $30 million to save my family from total bankruptcy. An iron ore company, he made his money.
Ooh, yeah.
Because of the security watch on me, I'm not able to carry out this transaction directly on my own.
But Anthony Cumia can.
I can help this guy and make a quick 10 mil in the process.
But if it's in a Swiss bank, why is he worried about it?
Who's believing this crap? I know.
What?
I know you're having fun with it, but
stop.
But everyone has gotten that.
Yeah.
Who's the
Is
dummy?
there anyone buying this scam anymore except these stupid old people?
I'm sick
Old
of
people are the easiest marks. They are truly the gimpy leopard on the plains of the Serengeti. Just waiting to get their old throats ripped out. And they fall for everything.
They really are lonely idiots.
Everything. I went on a ride-along with Keith the Cop one day. One night.
Oh, I remember this story.
One night, I went a ride-along.
Yeah.
I had to put on the bulletproof vest, the whole deal. It was very cool, a lot of fun. And Keith is just a pisser to be around.
Yeah.
So I'm cruising around with him. We get a call, like I'm on the job now. Yeah, we get a call. A woman has had merchandise stolen from her house. We go to the house. It's this ancient woman and man sitting there, and they say some woman ripped me off. Came into my house and stole my pocketbook. Well, okay, how did that happen? I let her in. Oh, what happened? Well, she came to the door with another woman, saying that she had just spoke with my neighbor, who was very happy with these blankets that she is selling. And now the woman, and she said, the neighbor told me that you would be very interested in these. Now the old bag feels like if she tells the woman no, that her little neighbor's going to get angry with her because she personally sent these women over to her. It's a good scam for the old. So the woman now, one woman takes the blanket and shows the woman this blanket and goes, here, maybe there's better light over here, and kind of pulls her away from the other girl that's accompanying the crook. And while this woman is now showing her this blanket, the other woman is rifling through everything in the house, pocketbook, drawers, and they know, because they've done it so many times, they know where to go for these old people. They know where they keep everything. Ripped her off, and she's
sad.
And there's an old woman. My stuff. She took me, and she's crying. To who? To who? Me. I'm just along for the ride along because none of the other cops, they've seen it 20,000 times. So for a minute, I put this look of sensitivity and caring on my face, and it attracted her like a magnet. She came over. What am I going to do? I'm just like, oh, that's real tough. And Keith is laughing. He's just laughing. He's seen it 1,000 times. He doesn't care.
That's sad, though.
Cops are superhuman, man. I gotta say. They see the worst crap, and they just don't care.
They're not really bothered by it.
They're not bothered by it.
In general.
I applaud that.
I mean, the 9/11 thing changed that, but... Mike from Staten Island, what's up?
What's up, guy? With that Nigerian leather thing that's going on, there's people that have actually disappeared and have actually been killed over that.
People have gone to Nigeria to either try to get their money back or they go there as part of the arrangement. They don't want to give these people their bank account. Right, so they're going to personally meet him and make sure it's okay, and they wind up getting killed.
Kidnapped or whatever?
Yeah.
How it works is they fly there, and they tell them when they get there, say, listen, we have to pay off the guy on the inside.
Yeah.
So you have to get the cash. I'm going to bring the guy to the inside, and once you give me the cash, then he'll release the funds, and then we can do all the wire transfers.
That's how it works. That's why they need your money, is to pay off the guy that has all the money in hold at the bank.
Why would
he's the guy. Because it's a scam.
Who believes this?
Old people. There was a guy I read just this Nigerian scheme. He was in his 70s. He had maybe $750,000 as his life savings. Life savings. Now he has nothing. Nothing left because he kept sending money. They tell you, please, I need another $5,000. All right, 15,000 more, and we'll get this done. Unforeseen circumstances. I need another 10 grand in order to, and this old stupid bastard is sending.
If he had $750,000, he's just gotten greedy. He's
you
a
greedy
dummy.
old bastard.
You idiot.
And now where is he? Probably some assisted living. He's got the welfare money coming in, and there he was, set up.
An old lady, not wanting to be rude to a neighbor. They're lonely,
You know what?
man.
Shut up. Be smart. You don't let strangers in your house.
I know.
Ever.
But that's different than an anonymous letter. Someone could convince you she's old. She wears diapers. What does she know? Someone wants to talk to her. They're terribly lonely people. But when you get an email, I found your contact in internet, come to Nigeria. I mean, you should be shot for that.
Well, they are. Yeah. Some circumstances. I think the kids of these old people should really tell them, it's kind of your duty as a child to tell your parents, what are you doing? Don't either warn them or tell them if they're involved in something like this to knock it off, you jerk. You're spending all my money that I'm going to get after you drop dead.
Inheritance.
Why don't you go to Nigeria?
Yeah.
My mom's birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday, Mom. I forgot to call you because I'm a bad son.
Oh,
happy birthday, Jimmy's mom.
She's 66, and my dad is in his early 60s, and they're pretty normal people. But if either one of you ever falls for one of this, and Jim Norton's future earnings are affected...
That's right.
There's going to be a major problem in the Norton family. I'll put my parents back to work until they get the money they fucked up and lost.
They pull these scams all the time.
What's up with Nigeria?
Well,
they don't like the fagulas, huh?
Well, no, apparently they have some of the same issues going on over there. Who would know that we have here? Lawmakers in Nigeria are debating a bill that would ban same-sex marriages. So they have a lot of these same issues going on over there. And any form of association among gays, even sharing a meal at a restaurant.
Wow. Can't they just ban certain foods? Like, how about no two people enjoying the same hot dog?
Big sausage. Few in Nigeria's deeply closeted gay community have publicly opposed the legislation. Yeah, you come out and they throw you in jail, which proposes penalties of up to 5 years in prison. And is widely expected to pass.
So it looks like everyone's happy in the end.
It's a way to keep homosexuals away from each other. You put them in prison.
Put them in prison.
That'll work.
Engaging in homosexual acts is already illegal in Nigeria, with those convicted facing jail terms in the mainly Christian South and execution in the mainly Muslim North.
Hard to believe.
Again, showing how their tolerance and how it's nothing but a loving religion.
A wonderful religion.
Based in love and please, execution.
Yeah, imagine that. And the cops breaking the door down and you're like,
and just hack your head off.
Especially if it wasn't a good one. I'm going to hope for that. I was aging, packing 3.
I died for that. Great.
Other activities prohibited under the proposed law includes belonging to gay clubs, reading books, watching films, or accessing internet sites that promote homosexuality. Oh, Jim.
Why are you arresting me? I'm only doing my job. I'm a webmaster.
Look, this is FoundryMusic.com. It's found. No, it's not homosexual. Stop it. Grr. How did your homos die? It's terrible. I'm sorry.
You can't put that in your mouth. Why not?
Why not?
Why not? Oh, boy.
Horana Yarima, a member of Nigeria's House of Representatives, said he supported the proposed ban. Social contact between gays should be limited, he said, because it might encourage behavior that is against our culture, against our religion. Wow, attitudes towards gays in Nigeria are typical across the continent. I guess Africa doesn't like. In neighboring Cameroon, Amnesty International says accusations of homosexuality and anti-gay laws have been used as weapons against political opponents. I guess they say, they support gay causes and they get ousted or never elected in the first place. Wow, not a very nice place. Maybe they ought to go after the scammers over there in Nigeria. Although who the hell is falling for that? Who the hell is falling for the Nigerian thing? Has everyone gotten those? I want to see a show of hands. Who has gotten the Nigerian scam emails?
Just about every person out there.
Everyone that has an email account.
Yeah, of course.
Who falls for them? All right, the first couple of times, but
I'm sure there's a few.
There are people that actually go over there. So
go over there to collect their money.
You dopes.
And they bring money. There's this misconception that the whole thing is based on email and you're supposed to email them your bank account, but that isn't even it. Like, they try to get you to send them actual cash saying that you got to pay certain taxes or we need to arrange the shipment for the money that you're going to get, these millions that you're going to get, so please send us like $100,000 so we can send you $10 million. And people just send Nigerians $100,000 of their money.
They shouldn't even be put in jail for that.
No.
I think the government should just track you, and if you're caught doing that, you should just be smothered.
You should be executed, right?
You have nothing decision-wise.
How stupid are you to fall for some of that stuff?
And children have just found out that their parents have blown their entire life savings on these scams.
Have you ever fallen for a scam?
Never fell for a scam. Came close once out of my own, greed and being naive at the time because it was right when camcorders first came out. And
I was falling for a scam.
We were here in the city. And I didn't fall for it, though. Somebody that was with us did.
Oh, okay.
We were here in the city, and a black guy comes up with this box, and it looked like a camcorder box. And he goes, $100, man. It's brand new. It's right off the truck. So this guy we were with goes, okay, all right. And everybody else in the group was like, oh, man, I wanted it. So couldn't get the money out fast enough. And this guy gave the guy $100. He hands over the camcorder, and it disappears. This thing is wrapped in this plastic wrap that is it's like a tarp. It's that thick. So it took them really a long time to even open this, and then realize that the pictures of the camcorder on this box, it was a box that was wrapped in blue wrapping paper, and then had pictures that were clipped out of the Wiz flyers from the Wiz, an electronics store, and taped on there, and then plastic wrapped over. So it looked. And it was dark out, and it was kind of in a dark area, And this guy handed over, and inside were rolled up New York Times, like a bunch of rolled up newspapers
to make it feel heavy
or
whatever, right?
Yeah, and he was like, "Oh man, I just got screwed."
And what part of the problem is you want to believe?
Yeah,
it brings me back. This is my most embarrassing moment, and I fell for a scam. My college roommate Buzzy came to New York City for business or whatever. And Jordan just happened to be in town. It's like, oh, wow, the Knicks and Jordan, let's go. We didn't have tickets. We're like, hey, why don't we just freaking scalp?
Sure.
So we go down to the Madison Square Garden, and they're all over the place, these guys. And we find a guy, he's offering, tickets, relatively good seats for $100 a piece or whatever. We're like, why don't we splurge, man? It's Jordan. How many times are you going to get to see Jordan in your life, right? So we're like, let me see the tickets. So he brings us into a bank area, like an ATM area.
Yeah.
To look at the tickets, and I look at them, and I just wanted to believe.
Oh,
I saw the tickets. It's embarrassing to say, but the printing was a little off, but I'm like, maybe the printing machine smeared a little bit.
Ran a couple off little wrong.
I think I knew that they were just counterfeit, but I wanted to believe. We hand over the freaking money. We're getting all excited for Jordan and the Knicks. And we get right up to the gate. We're going through the turnstiles. The guy takes the tickets. He actually rips them. And at the last second, he looks at them and goes, these are fake. And then goes, come with me. I guess there was a guy standing by. And we had to march down to the catacombs of Madison Square Garden in this little room with undercover cops. And they had a whole wall of pictures of guys. And like, which one
stole you these?
And we knew exactly, it was him. And then they had a name for him, like Scratchy or whatever the hell his name was.
When are we going to be able to see the game, sir? I'm missing the game.
I was thinking that, that they felt sorry for you, so they at least gave you like nosebleed seats or something.
Oh no!
Or because we went down to the catacombs and we pointed out the guy, we're going to at least get our money back. So we point, it was him, and they're like, Scratchy still at it, and they made a note like, all right, we gotta take Scratchy.
Keep an eye out for Scratchy.
And then all of a sudden they just showed us a door. We opened the door thinking, I don't know, we're going somewhere to get our other tickets.
It's just outside.
Dude, we walked around, man. I mean, I wasn't making much money back then. Buzzy wasn't making much money back then. We were so depressed, man. $100 was so much freaking money.
What bar did you go to?
We went to a local bar.
Of course you did.
Right around the garden, some awful bar, and just watched the game and barely talked to each other. We were so bummed, but we wanted to believe, and I think that's part of the scam.
That is a total. That's all the scam. Is people want to believe that this is the thing that's going to make them rich.
Did you wonder why Knicks was spelled N-I-X?
Yeah, exactly. Dude,
someone could have made a mistake.
Honestly, now that I look back, it was so bad. I'm like, why?
So obvious.
Why did we do that? It almost looked like a typewriter. I'm not even kidding. I like to, make it sound like, oh, wow, they really got me.
Great job.
Because I'm tough. It was
like Scratchy's in a clean room with laser printers,
right?
With a mask on and gloves, printing up these perfect replicas.
No,
he's there with the typewriter.
A typewriter that doesn't even have the K that works anymore.
There's white out on it.
Right.
Seats that don't exist.
Just awful. You ever get scammed there, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
You don't get your money back either.
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're wearing a dress. Finish up. I don't know if I've ever been scammed, actually. I don't know.
I think that's the only one I could think of. I don't think I've ever been scammed with any of that other stuff.
I'm very savvy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a doubting Thomas.
They're naive people, though, that really want to believe.
I earned those tickets.
Those tickets.
No.
Thank you, Sean from PA.
But I want to see Jordan.
Fernando, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, what's up, boy?
Hey.
I got scammed a couple of years ago, man. Remember when VCRs, like when they were first coming out, there was like $300, $400?
Yeah.
Man, I remember me and my boys, we was walking down the streets of Jersey, and this dude, he had like his boxes, and he had a VCR displaying outside and everything. And he was like, yo, $50, $50. And we was like, oh, man, we got to get this, We got it. And stupid of us, we didn't check out the box until we got home. We opened the box, there was rocks.
Rocks, bricks piled in there.
Yeah, that's a famous one.
Yeah, man. I mean, we was pissed off because one of my boys even bought a movie before we got home.
Oh, no, all excited to watch his movie.
Yeah, I remember it was Lethal Weapon 2 when it first came out on video.
Yeah, oh, that sucks.
Yeah, man, we were like, oh, yeah, man, this is supposed to be the best Lethal Weapon ever, We got home, rocks.
Oh, that's a bummer. All right, Fernando, thank you.
I got beat buying drugs a couple of times, but I don't count that as a scam.
Yeah, that just happens.
That's just what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, I never got scammed, though. Like I said, I came close. If I would have been able to get my 100 out faster than the other guy, I would have,
probably would have got it.
Please.
Holding those newspapers.
Yeah. You got scammed. I do.
Yeah, that's true. I got scammed.
Love you
Still
forever.
paying.
You fell for the biggest scam of all.
Marriage.
Hey, Rotten Randy.
Hey, how you doing?
Is this you, Rotten Randy?
Love you, Jimmy.
Hi, thank you.
What's going on?
Hey, Andy, Rotten Randy from Linton, Indiana, man.
All right, what up?
Hey, listen, man, I was riding freight trains with the FTRA. All right? And might have seen me on Most Wanted.
Yes.
But anyways, partners, listen now.
What is this, the gold rush? Jesus.
I was smoking that crack out there in California, right?
Yeah.
And got in with the black dudes, right? So anyways, we was wrapping up doggone DVD players with nothing inside of them but a bunch of rocks, and there was just an empty case. And then we'd sell to the Mexicans, and they give us a bunch of rocks for them.
Yeah.
All right, Rotten Randy.
I love you guys.
Thank you. It's the same scams coming in. We want to hear from some other ones. Steve in West Palm Beach, what's up?
Hey, Owen, how you doing, guys?
Pretty good, Steve.
Got a good story for you. Put a boat for sale on an online boat selling organization. Guy contacts me from England. He's a boat buyer. He offers me $50,000 full price for the boat, plus sends me $4,600 for his buying agent to come and get the boat. He gives me a Commerce Bank cashier's check. I deposit the check at another major bank. They clear the check. Then the dues $4,600. 2 days later, they found out it's a counterfeit check, and they kicked me out of the bank, freeze all my accounts.
Holy crap.
And it's going on right now in West Palm Beach, and I'm suing Wachovia Bank.
What do they want? What do they want from you?
They want the $4,600 back, and they want me out of the bank because they said I was in collusion with these Nigerian scammers.
Oh, they were Nigerian?
Apparently, because they traced it back. I called the FBI in West Palm Beach. They could care less. They said it's not an FBI issue.
It just happens too much now with the internet. I wouldn't do anything unless, like, when I buy stuff off the internet, it's pretty much things like Best Buy, Circuit City, Amazon, things like that. I'm not getting like some kind of a weird thing from eBay where you got to send the funds to Nigeria.
You feel pretty good that it's safe, right?
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's doing their holiday, Jesus, I'm even saying it. Their Christmas shopping online.
Yeah, online. A lot of people. I've been doing it for years. You do holiday shopping or any kind of shopping online. Anytime I'm buying videos, DVDs, things like that, I do it on Amazon. Just go there and buy them the next day, or 2 days later. It's right there at your door.
How can Nigeria pull off all these computer scams, and yet they can't seem to get a vehicle after 1960? Everything they drive is 1960 or before, and yet they're all computer geniuses.
Computer geniuses. They're able to spam like millions of people every day with these scam emails.
How about you figure out a way to feed people who live there? How about that?
Well, why don't you start there?
Who would fall for this one? This is a phony job scam. Scammers are increasingly responding to job seekers posting their resumes online. You know, like Career Builders, places like that. So they find these people and offer them a job on the spot as a courier. They're instructed to receive a large check and deposit that check into their personal account. So now your boss tells you, yeah, you're going to get a check. I want you to put it in your personal bank account.
Like how large? 10,000?
It could be any amount.
Could be any amount.
Could be any amount.
So the boss hands you the check for, let's say, 10,000 and says, deposit in your own account.
I doubt they hand them the check. They probably, like, mail it to them. There's probably no real, like, you never see these people.
Okay.
So deposit it in your personal account. Then they're instructed to wire the money to an account out of the country. The checks, of course, are counterfeit, but they aren't exposed till after they've deposited it and the victims wired their money. And it's their own money at this point because the bad check, once it bounces, it comes out of your account. And you're out that money. You're screwed. Why would you do that? There's another scam, like this lottery ticket scam, where people come up to you and say they're illegal aliens, or they're for some reason they won the lottery but they can't cash the ticket because they don't have a social security number,
ID or whatever. Yeah.
If it's for $10,000. So if you could give me like $3,000 or something, because usually they have other people working with them, so they'll gather up like 5 people, let's say, and 4 of those people are in on the scam. One person isn't. So they'll say this is for $10,000. and could you help me out? They go, I got these 4 people that are going to go to the bank, give me $2,000, and then I'll give you guys the ticket. You could cash it and split it. And, people, or usually it's for like $20,000, so they're making more money. And since they see other people are involved and it looks on the up and up, they go withdraw $2,000, give it to this person, and that's it. You never see any money. You get this lottery ticket that isn't worth anything.
It's a fake ticket?
Yeah. The old fake ticket gag.
Yeah, that one's been around for a while. But like you're saying, and I can't believe people are actually falling for this stuff.
You
got what, the top 10 scams of 2006 or something like that?
They've been listed top 10 scams. Some of them I've never heard of. Some of them involve like the stock market, things like that. And they say, if it sounds too good, that old gag, too good to be true.
One that's getting people a lot, and you got to be careful of this too, is when you get a link from PayPal. Can I have my PayPal account or AOL?
Phishing, they call it.
That says, phishing, where it says, click on this link because there's a problem with your account. Always look up in the I never do that. Yeah,
where
ever.
Your URL turns up, because if it's not the official site of like PayPal, usually it'll say like www, and then you'll see like a number 2 and a dot, and then it'll say something else, and then it'll say PayPal. So it's not a real site.
Do what I do. I just X out of it, and then I just go to PayPal.com, and I log on regularly, and there's never been a problem with my account.
No. They tell you, they send you emails that they will never ask you for your name and password. Right. It's like it's just not done.
Yeah, I was halfway through filling out one of those forms. And then I got to mother's maiden name, and I was started tingling a little bit, and then social security number. I was like, okay, they don't need my entire social.
What the hell is this?
Then I look up at the address bar, and it's just an IP address. It's not even anything.
It was just numbers?
Yeah.
Oh, you almost got screwed.
But they're getting away with it. People are doing it.
People are doing it because the email has like the graphic in it. It's got the PayPal logo. And then you click on it, takes you to a whole different site that looks like PayPal, and you're there putting in your info, putting in your passwords, your name, everything they ask for. You got to be too trusting.
That's one you got to be careful of, because even if you're savvy with most things, that's not out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah,
a company would contact you and go, look, we got to ask you some questions about your account.
You go right to the site.
Let's say hi to Sean in Rockland. Sean, what's up?
What's going on, fellas? My dad's a New York City retired firefighter. Back in the day, I remember we used to get these huge boxes. We put all our garbage in it, wrap it up in a nice, looking, like it was a gift. Bring it down to the city. We'd sit inside the firehouse and watch him steal it out of the back of his truck.
You would just do it as a goof?
I swear to you, dude, it was one of the funniest things ever. They pull up in vans, cars. We do it 3 or 4 times a week.
That is a video you could do for YouTube right there.
Where would you put all the stuff in the back of the fire truck?
No, he had it in his. He used to commute down to the city in a pickup truck.
Oh, pickup.
Like a pickup truck, so on the back it looks like it's some nice electronics, but they set it up ahead of time.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, I would set up a video and get that on YouTube. That would be hilarious to watch.
Just put
all right, guys, take it easy.
Thank you.
Awful racial epithets inside.
and there's such a, believe me, I can think of some really bad things that you could put inside a box.
Oh, God.
What's in the box?
Yeah.
Robert.
You're stealing it.
In Texas, what's up?
Hey, morning, gentlemen.
Hey, buddy.
I work with a guy that has been scammed twice. These online dating websites, you put your, information in and they match you up with somebody.
Yep. Yeah, Match.com or something like that, sure.
I don't know which one it was.
Whatever, I'm just helping you along here.
He got a contact from pictures and everything from supposedly a girl from Nigeria. And they chit-chatted online for a week or so, and then she wanted to come over here and get married and start a family and all that. He sent, I don't know, he sent about $3,000 over.
Texas is slow.
No. She wrote back and she needed...
Yeah, he definitely needed to be tased.
Pat in Deer Park.
Wake up.
Hello?
Yeah, what's up, Pat?
You're on, man.
What's going on?
Hey.
When I went on my honeymoon, 2 old guys came up to me when my wife was away, and they took me for $1,000 in cards.
What do you mean? What happened?
What happened is that I saw these people playing cards
And then my wife walked away for a second. They saw that I was a little drunk and looped. They said, "Do you want to play some cards?" I said, "Sure." So we went to the dining room area, and they let me win the first hand. And then they set me up with a full house, and I bet almost all my money. I was banking the pot. And then some guy had a higher full house than me, and I had to sign all my travelers checks away to these guys.
How much?
$1,000.
And it was all a fixed game, huh?
It was a big scam, yeah.
Well, it was just a quick game, though? Or it sounds like...
No, it was like the third hand, and they took me. My wife...
Third hand's pretty quick.
My wife was a ghost, and she was hysterical crying. And I still owed them more money.
Wow.
Well, what'd you do? Did you pay him?
Huh? Yeah, I signed it off.
All right.
During your honeymoon, that's...
Nice, good. I'm sure your wife thought she made the right decision there.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. So I told her, I said, what's better, a lousy honeymoon, a great wedding, a great marriage, or a shitty marriage and a great honeymoon?
All right, thank you, sir.
All right, bud.
You got more scams there, Ed?
Yeah, this one's pretty good. It's called the grandparents scam. This is a particular vile scam aimed at senior citizens who get a lot of scams, I think. Perhaps the most vulnerable scam victims. An elderly person is targeted by the scammer who calls and says something like, "It's me, Grandpa." The elderly person will respond thinking it's one of their grandchildren. So you got to get one that's a little, a little loopy. Maybe prescription medication or a little senile.
You got to do some fishing with that. I'm sure it takes a few.
Yeah. The scammer then tells a tale of woe, saying they're in trouble and need some money, and please don't tell Mom. The grandparents obligingly send a few $1,000s, thinking they're helping a grandchild. Investigators say it works more than you might think.
Well, how do you get it? Where do you send the money to? Is it a check?
It's probably wired through, like one of those wire services.
Yeah, but if the
Western Union.
If the grandpa's a little loopy, he's going to be able to figure out all that stuff, too.
I need to send money
to
my grandson that I don't ever have. I've never had one, but he's called and he's in trouble. He needs help.
See, these are the top scams of 2006?
Yeah.
It just seems like, who would fall for this stuff?
And the phishing scams, which we just talked about, the emails. There's also something called vishing with a V. Ooh. Arrived on the scene. Instead of asking the spam recipient to click on a link, they are instructed to call a toll-free customer service number, which seems more a way a financial institution might do business. When they call, an automated system instructs the caller to enter account numbers and passwords, which are then recorded by the scammer. So it's the same thing as the website, only you're calling an 800 number and giving your information in.
Seems more official.
Yeah, that way it'll seem like, because who hasn't just done that? Beep, beep, put in your account number now. Beep, 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 beep.
Because I think most people are suspicious of the internet still, even though you're doing a lot of online shopping, but you're used to maybe calling a 1-800 number and giving some of that personal info, right?
Yep.
I got a call. I get these things in the mail once in a while. I don't think it's a rip-off scam, more just to get you interested in real estate. Like, I think they're just trying to rope you in and sell you crap. You have won, and so I knew I didn't win, so I called this just to see what they were doing, and they're giving me this nonsense on the phone, and I said, look, I want you to stop contacting me. And they go, well, sir, I said, all right, let's make this clear. I'm on a national radio show. If I get one more piece of mail from you, I'm going to give this number out on the air, and you will rue the day you ever sent me this.
Oh, yeah, Buster, who's going to call?
They didn't say that.
No.
It stopped coming.
I guess
what do they say after that?
Ruining the
sorry,
day,
sir?
Mr. 1955.
They did not send me anything else. Just like yesterday, I happened to have a problem with a certain computer company. I will say it's not Apple. Honestly, not Apple. And I've had a problem with it, and I wasn't getting what I wanted. So I said, I'm going to break this new computer on the air.
Wow.
I'm going to bring this in. I'm so frustrated. I said, I'm going to take a hammer, and I'm going to break it live on the air. And then smash your company and be honest about it. And they said, well, sir, let's get a supervisor. And I immediately...
Oh, and then you talked to somebody that wasn't from India.
All I wanted... No, they're never from India on this one.
Oh, really?
I just wanted what I wanted.
Okay.
And you got it, right?
Yes. But I didn't want anything that wasn't due me. Just what is broken.
I am just looking for what is mine.
We've all gotten the Nigerian email, right, at this point?
Yeah, I'm still waiting for my money. God.
Well, a woman fell for this damn thing.
Who?
A woman fell for this.
How old is she?
I don't know. We're going to find out.
What, she retarded?
Danny says this is great stuff. Woman falls for the Nigerian email scam. We've all had that in our inbox, and it's such a joke.
Yeah,
You don't even acknowledge it.
Some lawyer, some barrister sends you an email.
Yeah.
Says you've been selected to look after this money.
Mm-hmm.
Please help me ship it out of the country because there's a big problem here. You know, people want to take it, but I can't get it out. So I need your help, and for that you'll get like $10 million.
Mm-hmm.
It's like $100 million. But you know, you're going to have to help me. And in order to help, they ask you to send over like fees in good faith. You know, send me $1,000. I need $10,000 to bribe this guy and that one. And it's so close. You're going to get the money any day now, but we just need a little more money. I apologize for that. That's how the scam works, and people just keep sending money over there.
It's unbelievable. Well, listen to this.
It started, as it almost always does, with an email. I'm here as an official assignment with President Bush and the FBI director, Mr. Robert Mueller, promising $20 million. The money supposedly left behind by a relative of Janella Spears, with whom the family had lost contact over the years. So that's what got me to believe it. Janella didn't know how the sender knew the name of J.B. Spears, but her curiosity was piqued. They said, this is your account number. You have $150,000 that you can get out of this account if you pay me $100. Okay, so why wouldn't you send over $100? She received phony certificates from the Bank of Nigeria promising irrevocable payment guarantees of $12 million. A letter from a UN spokesman on UN letterhead, no less, saying $26.6 million would be transferred within 5 minutes into her Washington Mutual account, but only if she paid the $8,300 fee. Note the misspelling of minutes.
Really? You dummy. You're a dummy.
Oh, how old is she? How old is the old dear?
She doesn't sound
the
that
old dear. The old dear. My nest egg.
I know the elderly fall for this crap a lot, but
they certainly do.
I feel bad for them only because they're really lonely, and a lot of them open mail. They actually go through the junk mail because it's like a thing for them. I read something in the Times one time about one of these old guys, and his whole family is. I just wanted to cry, and very rarely do I not just want to push an old person into a china cabinet.
Remove their hat.
But I felt so bad for the old guy. He's like just so alone. He wants to fill these out and talk to people.
He just wants to believe, right?
He's a lonely.
Good.
Anybody under the age of 80.
All my friends are dead. All right. Here, make some new Nigerian friends, you dummy. You lummox. Send over all your money. He's lonely.
Well, this particular person got letters from the president of Nigeria.
Who would that be, by the way?
Why would he send letters to an old person in the U.S.?
Yeah.
And President Bush himself.
President Bush?
Yes.
What did he have to do with this?
When Spears actually began to doubt the validity of the scam, she promptly received letters from the president of Nigeria, FBI Director Robert Mueller, and President George W. Bush. Robert Mueller writes, the transaction you have with the Central Bank of Nigeria or any bank within Nigeria is noting but legal. President Bush tells her an even more elaborate story about a terrorist apprehended at the Heathrow Airport in England.
Boy, these Nigerians can't spell.
How about spell checking? God almighty.
Heathrow Airport. I flew into Heathrow. Damn it.
Heathrow Airport.
Where is that? Stupid Nigerian.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, and even a dumber friggin' woman.
Yeah, at least the Nigerians has the language barrier. She should know better.
Yeah. Come on. Jesus. Want to hear more of that?
At the Heathrow Airport in England, with funds valued at $12 million as he attempted to launder funds to Iran for capital T terrorist activities. Wow. The messages, by the way, are from email addresses like USA White House at myway.com and FBI_investigates 2007 at yahoo.com.
Yahoo. The FBI is using Yahoo. The FBI are secure Yahoo emails. Holy jeez. What a dummy!
.com and FBI_investigates 2007 at yahoo.com. I said, how come you're using this non-government address? Oh, because our computer has a worm.
Our computer has a worm.
Computer, the children, everything has a worm over there.
Our apples.
Our apples have a worm.
Our computer has got flies on it.
You want to hear more?
Of course.
She was at this for 2.5 years, it looks like.
Right out of the gate, the scammers got $20,000 from Spears. Over 2.5 years, they bilked her for amounts ranging as low as $50 and as high as $14,000. It all added up to $400,000.
You kept believing them because they kept telling you that this was
going to be
step.
the end. Right, this is the last step. This is going to be the end. Spears had never thought of herself as foolish. She is a registered nurse. She teaches CPR, and she's a reverend.
Is it greed that blinded her?
Yeah, I think it was. Just the idea that she was going to be, a multimillionaire.
This undercover investigator with the Oregon Department of Justice who worked the case says Spears is the worst case he's seen. Often, he says, victims become obsessed, ignoring all the warning signs.
There was a lot of people that told her. The FBI agents told her. The local authorities in Sweet Home told her. I told her. The bank investigators told her. Everybody told her.
She deserves it.
And she just kept doing it.
God told her. I mean, what?
She deserves it.
Of course she does.
She deserves to be ripped off. She's that... I'm looking at her face. She is older. She looks like Kathy Bates in Misery.
Yeah.
She's like a fat-faced old dope. And
But she's not that old, Jimmy. You know what I mean?
she's just a dummy.
They're just a bunch of Spears shuckers.
Wow.
What? Boo.
Abu.
No way, that was a damn good one.
And punt.
Of course.
Do the bit.
Yeah, we're doing the bit. Don't you worry.
Do the bit.
We're doing the bit. Don't you worry.
I was on stage and I heard someone going like, "Brr, brr, brr." I'm like, what are they yelling?
Do the bit.
That's what they were yelling.
They were yelling?
Do the bit.
What a jackass. Yes. So, that's right, Poe.
Yuck.
All right, Master Poe. So everybody told her, and she still did it.
And she spent $400,000.
How does she have so much money as a nurse?
Yeah.
Who does she take care of? The Rockefellers?
400 G's. Danny, you got any?
Over 2.5 years.
That question gets answered, and I think the last clip.
Oh, more sound.
She didn't have that much money to,
no.
to give these Nigerians.
No.
Good.
Hopefully she's a bag lady.
Wonder what kind of porn she likes.
Spears has a husband who can't even hide his anger. He tells us he gave up a long time ago trying to convince his wife this was a scam. She spent 2 years' worth of her own salary, borrowed against their home and car, which had been paid off, and drained his retirement fund.
Oh,
How does she live?
How does
she live?
How is she alive?
How does this husband not kill her?
What a dummy.
Wow.
God almighty.
And everyone was telling her. Everybody.
It's not like-
including the FBI? The FBI told her this, and she's continued.
And the husband didn't just punch her in the face.
Oh, my God.
And car, which had been paid off, and drained his retirement fund. He's not comfortable because the retirement that he was dreaming of cruising and going around seeing America, is pretty well gone for him right now. As Spears tries to pick up the pieces of what's left, she's sharing her story in the hope she can help someone else avoid the same mistake. The hope is that they're not going to fall as hard as I fell.
Spears estimates it will take her at least 3 or 4 years to dig out of the debt that she created with this Nigerian scam.
What a selfish, piggish woman.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Dumb. Everyone told her. The FBI told her, and she couldn't. That to me, she's a sociopath because she couldn't acknowledge how stupid she was.
No. Kept trying, and the husband's an idiot.
Yeah.
The husband's an idiot.
Take the computer away.
Yeah, smash her computer and put the bank account in your own name. Whoa.
Well, let's say hi to Nick in Nolans. Nick, how are you, buddy?
Oh, doing good. What a dumb broad.
Yep.
Jeez.
Look, my grandmother. I work up in New York during the summer. I teach, during the school year. Work up in New York during the summer, and
I got a
my
radio
grandmother.
Little Ronnie tribute. Go ahead.
My grandmother got a call from. She just picked up the phone, and the guy said, "Hey," and she's like, "Nick," and he's like, "Yeah, I'm up in Canada. I got arrested for fishing. I caught an illegal fish, and I need $2,000 to get out of jail." Without asking any other questions, goes and wires whoever this guy was money. And I'm starting to get calls of like, "Why am I in jail? I'm okay." I'm like, I'm on my way home. I don't know why she fell for it or.
Can I offer an explanation as to why she fell for it? She's a fool.
Your grandmother's a doddering old fool.
For the same reason she probably eats cat food and talks to the toaster. She's a blithering idiot.
A lot of old people falling for this crap, man. I had one in my family that fell for a lot of this stuff. Oh yeah, with the junk mail, and you can win this, and give us 100 here, 100 there, and it adds up.
Let me talk to my parents right now if they.
I'm serious.
Listen, I know you are.
The old people are very vulnerable to this crap.
My parents are getting up there. They still have their faculties. If either one of you gives away one nickel of my inheritance, I'll have Chief from Cuckoo's Nest give you the old pillow treatment.
the Norton fortune. Yeah. You don't want to give that away.
My father has a Lionel train, and my mother has a hat from 1974 that very much resembled Mary Tyler Moore's hat that I want.
Okay. That she threw up in the air?
She would throw it up in the air, yes.
Oh, how about that?
In fits of Tourette's. She didn't mean to. She would only do it in elevators.
And then the hat would be removed when she walked out of the elevator with any luck. It's terrible.
Nick, anything else to the story?
Other than the fact that every time I see her, I got to pick on her about it because it's just hilarious, and everyone joins in. It's great.
$2,000. I mean, that's almost. Old people don't hear too good. That's almost understandable. It's only 2 G's, and it's a one-time thing, and you think your only grandson is
stupid,
being sodomized by someone who goes, "Hey."
Yeah.
You know what you do? Reach in, pull her fake teeth out, and then use them like a puppet to chastise her.
No, here's how you get the teeth out. Just poke her hard in the stomach, and she'll go, "Oof."
And then make them chatter while you bang cymbals together.
You chastise her with her own teeth. Make a dummy puppet.
How embarrassing, being yelled at with your own teeth.
I'm stupid. I'm stupid.
Nice.
Well, good luck to you and your stupid grandmother.
Sure.
All
right, let's say hi to Melissa in New York. This happened to your mom, Melissa?
Yeah, she bought into the same Nigerian scam. We told her, my dad, cut her off. He bailed her out of like thousands and thousands of dollars, and he put his account in his own name, and she's still trying to email them to get the money back, and I'm trying to tell her to stop, but she just doesn't get it. Like, she doesn't believe it.
Have you shown her like things on websites that expose these as scams, and word for word, it's exactly what she's falling for?
Oh, absolutely.
And what does she say? Like, what's her excuse? Oh, that isn't me. That isn't this.
Yeah, I think she just has a problem. I mean, she had lost her job like a year ago, and she thought it was an easy way to get money. And
at the stupid factory?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, that wasn't very good.
Yes, it was. Perfect.
Oh.
One of the listeners turning us on to a great website, 419eater.com. We'll link that on onaradio.com, but it's all about these scams.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Snopes has them too.
Yeah, but 419eater.com. We just checked it out. It's pretty good. Well, that sucks. Is she still doing it, Melissa?
No. I don't know. My dad smashed her computer actually and put his account in his own name, but she takes his checks sometimes and does all this stuff. It's a mess.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Thank you.
All right, guys.
We're gonna go to Jersey. Kristen, how are you, Kristen?
Good, guys. How you doing?
Good.
I work for a law enforcement agency in Jersey, and probably once a week we get a call from somebody saying that they give money to these people. They send us their emails, and we start looking at it, and it's always Nigerian.
Where's your office? High tension lines?
Yeah. Are you calling from a bird's nest?
Holy Jesus!
Sounds like the noise McGreevy made through a glory hole.
There's a bee in her phone.
Exactly.
You work at a law firm?
It was in her bonnet, and then all of a sudden it went into her phone.
Right.
Thank God I have a beeless bonnet. Wow.
Oh,
that's
my God.
bad.
Now it's getting just...
Jesus.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
She's actually a bird lady, and that's why she's on top of the high tension wire. She landed, now she's on the phone. She's making a duty onto someone's hood.
Let's go to D.C. We haven't heard from D.C. in a while. Bonnie, how are you?
Hey, DC loves you guys.
Thank you, DC.
How's the basketball team doing?
I don't know anything about sports. I'm sorry.
That's all good.
Good. Good for you.
I figured I'd ask.
God love you.
Okay. Okay, so I have a friend. I work for a construction company, and he fell for the Craigslist roommate thing. And, you know, she sends $6,500, and he has to send her back $2,500. And but the best part is that at the construction company, he's walking around with her picture because it's some hot chick. And he's like, check out who my roommate's going to be, and all bragging.
Oh, no.
And they actually, when he lost $2,500, they actually went around the company and made us take up a fund to get his money back because they felt sorry for him.
Oh, God.
What an idiot.
Don't fall for this stuff.
He's going around with the picture of the hot chick.
Yeah.
From Craigslist. Yeah, good.
A Nigerian princess, and he was bragging. It was awesome.
It is awesome when you see your coworker looking like an idiot.
I know.
So many great scams out there. My God. I went on a ride along with cops once, and went into this house, and there's some old lady, and she's crying because some of her stuff got stolen. And these women came to the door. They apparently had, for a couple of days, they had been looking through the mail of this woman's neighbor. And so they knew the name of the neighbor. They knew kind of the name of the neighbor's daughter. They kind of got a background on the neighbor. Then they went to this old lady's house with material. It's like this bolt of material. And said, I'm selling material. I know you do sewing and stuff like that. And because they checked her mail, too. And your neighbor, and then they give the name and everything. She just bought a bolt of this material, and she loves it. She said she's going to make a dress for her daughter. Blah, blah. So she knew the names and everything. And then one of them pulls the material open and blocks the view of the other one, who is now rummaging through the woman's pocketbook and goes into the bedroom, opens up the jewelry boxes, all the rings and everything, as she's going, look how wonderful this material is, completely blocking the view.
How big
of
of
the other woman stealing.
What's she bringing? Like a California King comforter, and the old lady just stood in awe of it?
That's what she did, and she kept like moving it around to block the view of whichever way this old lady looked.
You got to admit, it's brilliant.
It is a great. I was like, wow, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
She's just staring at the swatch of cloth the way the apes looked at that giant silver thing in 2001.
Yeah, dummy. Look around it.
Yeah.
Take a peek on the other side. There's someone rummaging through your crap.
Yeah, and hopefully the light was like shining through it in a certain way. And she said, "Who's that? That's a lovely moving pattern of a black woman taking my jewelry."
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right, listen,
I hadn't heard of that one
yet.
The
phone's just lit. If you're on hold, we'll get to you after the break. Well, Tom has a quickie, though. Tom on Long Island, go ahead.
Tom.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
What's up?
Love your music.
Honestly, if this lady was my wife, when I was done with her, I'd make Scott Peterson look like an angel.
Why?
The fact that this
I got
moron...
I got it. She wouldn't live.
All right. Jimmy, I appreciate it.
See you, man.
I got it. So obnoxious.
Oh, I got someone good last night. Colin's cousin Tim Gage was there.
Yeah.
And I joked about something, about a hack comedians and not changing material. And Tim joked with me, and he's like, "Hey, kind of like you in the last 12 years." I'm like, "What?" And he was kind of like you. I heard you. Oh, was that satisfying?
Between the eyes.
It was a bat in the teeth.
That's a good beating. Travis and Danny have know about some of these scams that are going on the internet.
I heard
Is there a car scam?
Oh, dude, every single day there's multiple scams on Craigslist. Any city that you live in, I'm sure that you could find some of these car
Say
scams.
it's a woman.
Yes. But there's also a big one going around where a guy will stand in a room and claim that he's the father from Family Ties, and nobody will believe him.
It's looking right at you. It's not smiling.
Kidding.
I'm just kidding.
It's getting hot.
All right, what's the car scam?
Well, the car scam is usually it's a car, it looks good, there's pictures of it, and it's low miles for a low price, and then you kind of know, well, at least me, I know it's too good to be true, but I'm like, well, let's just see what happens anyway, you never know. And probably 99 out of 100 times it's going to be somebody who has this car that's, for some reason, not located anywhere near you, although it was posted locally in your local Craigslist. And then the whole scam is that they'll ship you the car. And the way that the money works is a third party will hold on to the money until you inspect the car. And then they'll release the money to him, and then you get all the documentation for the car.
So why can't your friend be the third party?
Well, it doesn't work that way. Unfortunately.
So
wouldn't be a good scam.
About just an escrow company?
Well, that's
how about an escrow company is the third party?
Well, what they use is something called the eBay buyer protection something program or whatever. But I mean, it's not that hard to just falsify to make a site look like it's eBay, and that's how that's obviously what the scam is and how they take your money. But it's just so funny. Like, who's believing that? Like for instance, this one that I popped up in my email. Supposedly, there's like some 2004 Camry located in Croatia. And they're going to ship me the car, for free, and I get to look at it. And it says here in the email that if I don't like the car, I should just keep it anyway because I'll be able to sell it over here and get my money back.
That's a great deal.
It is. I know. I can't believe I didn't go for this.
Fantastic. What's your problem? Yeah.
Reminds me of the pickup truck I bought for the sedan. They said, machine gun mounted on the back.
Comes with the terrorists in there.
Yeah. Yes.
And he even gives me a little bit of
get over here.
This comes with 5 jihadists.
This guy was nice enough to give me some of his backstory. His name is Sergeant Carlson, and he's located in Croatia, and he was sent here to improve the military relationships between our country and Croatia.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Unbelievable. Travis has one too.
Oh yeah, when we were looking for apartments last year, same thing as Danny. You email back just because you want to see if it's true or not. And my email started with "Hello, dear," even though this is a guy that's emailing me. And pretty much same thing. This guy is on a missionary trip to West Africa.
Yeah.
So all you need to do is. As soon as you make the rent application form, the next step for you now is for you to make payment deposit for 1 month, which is $1,000 via Western Union money transfer, and then he'll send me the keys to the apartment. This beautiful apartment, $1,000 rent on West 67th Street.
Really?
How did you not take that? Do you get to see it first?
Come on.
Who's the broker?
No, because
Edie Amin. It's Paul. You have to see the broker. It's Paul Pot Incorporated. No food allowed in the building.
Because once I send them $1,000, I will get entrance and the room's keys, paper/permanent house form.
What is that?
I don't know, but I'm getting it. The house documentary file.
The house documentary file.
Oh, my God.
Isn't that what Earl works on all the time?
Payment receipt.
Right.
And full address and description of the house.
Well, good thing they give you the address.
Yes.
They have to just knock on doors and go, "Is this my house?"
No description. They forget to mention it has no roof or walls.
It's just floor.
Yes,
it's just out there.
There's just giant walls, 40 stories high, and then you realize it's in a little alley between 2 buildings.
I don't know how people are so stupid to fall.
That guy looked just like
he was hot under the collar too.
Was he?
He didn't want to go with the joke at all.
Of course he didn't.
Took his omelet and then beat it.
Exactly.
Fontaine, Detroit. How are you?
Hope he gets syphilis in
Hey,
his beard.
boys.
Wait. Is it? Sorry, Jimmy was rocking there, Fontaine. I blew it. But is it cold in the D, Fontaine?
Opie, it is colder than an effer in the D this morning.
Wow. Oh no.
Is it?
It's so cold.
Yeah. It's
in
like
the
22
day.
degrees.
Do the best.
We are. It's so cold
in the day.
Most mama. You should redo that one, Drew. Well, it's cold in the D, right? Why do you have your coat on? You got one more remix to do.
It's cold.
Oh, he packed up?
And why?
All right, Fontaine, what do you got?
Hey, Opie, congratulations, by the way, too, buddy. You and Team Hugo. Proud. Really, really happy for you.
Thank you.
Those guys are getting really, really good with those scams. I met a chick, well, probably a guy, on an interracial dating site. Anthony, shut up.
Wow. I know. Anthony's typing in trader.com.
I was so ready to say something. You read my mind, sir.
Little interracial love, huh?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Beautiful chick. She said she was from Springfield, Mass, but she was in Nigeria or whatever.
Oh, boy.
And she needed money to come back, and she needed money to feed her son. And I started asking stuff. Like I asked her, I said, "Do you know anything about Chicopee?" And she knew nothing. And anybody anywhere around Springfield, Mass, knows Chicopee, but I probably would have said chick money. She was hot. But I heard it on you guys' show like 4 years ago. I was like, nope.
Interracial date. What's the site? The first page, it's a dad, and there's just a big middle finger pointed at him.
God, people are falling for these scams, huh?
Yep.
Wow. I did not know.